Absolutely. Another great morning to the grind. Another great morning to the grind. Get up and get it, man. It's another amazing day that He woke us up. He gave us a new chance. He gave us a new opportunity. He granted us the free will to decide what we want to do with a new day. Man, what's that all about, man? Good morning to you. This is the Morning Grind Grindology101 Podcast. Each and every day, I come to deliver a positive outlook on what we could do with the day. I like to say, hey, it's me talking to me, allowing God has allowed me to also talk to you with the new technology of reaching around the world, and you get to share who you are, what you do, and in a way that presents the character of who you are. So each and every day, I come on here Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, to deliver the new opportunity of the day that we get to. Good morning to you. My name is KeJohnna Owens, and we get on into it this morning. We're talking about expanding the mind. Now, I was in some trainings this weekend. Once that mind expands, it cannot retract. And I'm going to prove it to you as this podcast, the message goes throughout this. We've all been through things. We've been in rooms like in cryptocurrency, right? We've been in rooms like Microsoft. We've been in rooms where they offered the opportunity to own Facebook, stuff like that, right? So, but you go in those rooms and the mind expands. Whether you move forward with what you see or not, the mind has expanded. It's kind of like seeing a monster in the closet. So nobody else may believe it, but you saw it. You know it was in there, right? It's the same thing, like success, opportunity, all of those things. And I think that when we expand not only the mind, but the environment, going in a room where we may not be the brightest light bulb in there, going in rooms where you need to take some coaching. You need to embrace the skill of 2 ears and 1 mouth. You may need to embrace, taking notes. How about being somewhere where it's challenging a little bit? That's where the mind expands, because if you're always around conversations, situations, scenarios where you understand, or we like to say, "Oh, I know that," all the time. Where's growth at in that? If you already know it, you there's no growth in it. You've got it, especially if you feel like you've mastered it. So when you're in a room where, man, I don't know how to make $250,000, I might listen. Man, I've never been to Spain just for lunch. I might listen. They do that? Just like Mr. Shedrick White asked the question, amazing leader, leader asked a simple question: why do they sell $40 million jets, yachts, houses, whatever it is? And the simple answer was because people buy them. People living a life. Right now, gas is whatever it is at an all-time high. Why are there people still buying big old tank trucks and have no problem putting the gas in it and not worried about what it costs? Their environment is different. I want to see what that environment is like. You understand what I mean? Go in an environment that challenges you. Go in an environment that's a little bit different. And we got to do a thing while we go in that environment, is to embrace the process that's different. Comfort puts you solidly where you are. If you're comfortable where you are, that's great. Not a problem. It's all optional. All this is optional. Now, if you seek comfort today and you look 10 years from now in that comfort, what does that same comfort look like? That's where I really come from. So if you had, say, 50 and you're at a stage of life that's comfortable, set yourself up, things are in alignment, you don't have pressures of finance. God is living a great life. Does that life sustain itself if you stay at the same 10 years down the road when you're 60? 20 years down the road when you're 70? 30 years down the road when you're 80, 40 years down the road when you're 90. Who? Now, if it's comfortable for you, have you done something that makes it comfortable for those that come behind? What's your why? So my why is that I take care of not only myself, but I believe that my real deal is that I make a difference, and I make a significant difference. That's me. Not only in my family and in my direct environment and the people that I get to encounter, but around the world. Why not? We got this amazing God that says that you could do anything, a babe in the word. You could bring scriptural context to it. I love that. Good morning, Tony Viola out there, Victorville, California, expanding the business vision all the way up 215 North. Man, it's amazing to be partnered with you. Stand by. We're going to share some mojo. It's Monday morning. We're going to talk about some Monday morning motivation as we talk about expanding the mind. What have you seen? What vision have you had that you just can't let go of? Something you saw that, man, I could do that business. I could make that team. I could make that company better. I could do this. I could, whatever that might be. It doesn't even matter. But something expanded your mind. You came back from the environment that expanded your mind into a smaller environment that did not allow for your mind to expand. Ooh, we're going to get deep today. Let's talk about it and expanding that mind. So if you're not up, and it's, just right around 6 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast, seem early, but it's not. And you're in the same industry as someone else in your industry and they're up, that means you have to get up, catch up, and then there you are. You're already behind. We catch you on the other side. Nothing works but the work. Stand by. We got some mojo for you.
There's two sides of pain. There's one side of pain that's the suffering and the discomfort side of pain. But then there's another side of pain that's called effort. It's called glory. And if you never tap into it, it's because the first time you felt that you backed off. The first time you felt, that burn. The first time you felt that it's too much. And we rationalize with ourselves to where we automatically stop. That's why a bunch of us give up so much in life so quickly. But suppose I told you the greatest pain of my life is the reason I'm standing here today. See, sometimes we think the pain is what controls us. It's actually our subconscious mind that if we ever tapped into that, that's what dictates most of our lives.
And literally what I've learned in these moments is that I have to stop listening to myself and I have to start talking to myself. I'm like, Rich, you're great. I'm like, look in the mirror like, you can do this. Rich, you can handle this. Rich, this is not a big deal. Rich, this is going to pass. You're amazing. Rich, this too shall pass.
You got to find ways to increase your sense of self-appreciation, because if you don't, you're bombarded with negative stuff every day that beats you down, and you will find yourself unconsciously engaged in self-destructive behavior. If you don't program yourself, life will program you.
You got to get grounded. You've got to train your mind to serve you. Just make up your mind. This is not going to control you.
You have got to make a declaration that this is what you stand for. You're standing up for your dreams. You're standing up for peace of mind. You're standing up for health. You want it, and you're going to go all out to have it. It's not going to be easy. When you want to change, it's not easy. If it were in fact easy, everybody would do it. But if you're serious, you'll go all out and say, in spite of this, I'm in control here. I'm going to turn this situation around. I'm not going to sit back and moan and cry over what happened and what went wrong and who did what. I'm going to do something about this situation.
When God gives you a dream, the dream will always be tested. The pressure in your life right now has a purpose. It's not crushing you. It's pushing what's on the inside of you out. It shows you who you are.
It's a dog fight. It hadn't been easy. It's a dog fight. The road hadn't been success. Like, it's just a paved road, and like each he go this way. It's been rough. It's been crooked. It's been hard. But I've made up in my mind that I will get a reward for the pain that I go through. I will not stop in the middle of the process. I will not be defeated. I will not be destroyed. I will take everything that happens in my life and I will allow the pain to push me to greatness. You will not break me. You will not stop me. You will not defeat me. The only way I lose is if I quit. It's going to be a dog fight. I choose to fight back. Life is rough. You can allow it to destroy you, or you can allow it to build you up. Draw the line, ladies and gentlemen, and just say enough is enough.
Get out of that narrow-mindedness. Get out of that defeated mentality. Get away from that circle. Get away from those people that don't wish you any good. Get away from those people that don't want you to succeed. Get out of the tent. Get out!
There's nothing as powerful as the human spirit. You can't destroy it. You can pervert it, but you can't destroy it.
If you lose the job, keep the faith. If you lose the spouse, keep the faith. If you have to downsize, keep the faith. If you have to move in with your mama, keep the faith. If you're at your wit's end, keep the faith. If you have to catch the bus, keep the faith. If you have to dumb, keep the faith. If you get sick, keep the faith. If you lose your kidneys, keep the faith. If you got heart trouble, keep the faith. You might not get a new heart, but you gotta keep your faith.
If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving.
If it's hard, do it hard. If it's tough, do it tough. If it's whatever it is, but you got to go in rooms and environments that are different, that expand your mind, expand your thought, what you could be, what you could do, where you could go. You know, I haven't seen much of the world that I want to see, but I could imagine myself in Morocco. My mind of what is there based on what I have experienced will grow. I mean, you know, when you get around different things, how about Dubai, Abu Dhabi, you know, being around people that own a couple of jets, you know, they talking a different kind of language. What about people that own properties and franchises and travel the world and own their own business and just doing things that we would like to do? What if you tried? What if you gave it an effort? What if you really, really gave it an effort to not what you just saw, but what your mind saw that you could be? What if we said, you know what, man, I know if I could apply this kind of work ethic to a standard that puts me at comfortability, what if I really applied a little extra to the ordinary so that I could live an extraordinary experience? And I used to say, you know, extraordinary life or something. But what about an extraordinary experience where you get to share? What about coming back from Australia and telling them about stuff that they've seen, but you pet a kangaroo, you know, a wild kangaroo? Just think about it. Well, what about you went and you found that there was a way you could create an app that came up with a solution for people that were looking for their loved ones, right? They got some stuff like that now, don't they? But solutions. What if you were in a room where they said, you know what, you can invest in your own business and to an unlimited income from home, and this is the process, and you could do it, but it's going to be different. And you believed it and you saw it and you said, man, I could do that, man. You know, I like to. But you went back to your environment and your environment said, you're crazy. That's never worked. Nobody ever wins in that. That's the pyramid. That's that thing. That's one of those scams. That nobody ever wins with that. That's the environment. If that's the environment you're in, it's going to be hard to break out of that cocoon right there, because nothing grows from nothing. Nothing grows from nothing. Things must grow from something. Meaning things grow from faith. Things grow from belief. Things grow from work. Things grow from effort. Things grow from dedication. Things grow from commitment. Things grow from change. Things grow from making sure focus. Things come from you talking to him. You may tell the world, but then go to work. Just go to work. You don't even have to have what you think you need to have. That's the amazing thing. You don't have to have what you think you need to have. I'm going to ask you a question. Why do you think you need to have what you think you need to have in order to get you where you want to get to? I'm just asking. What says you can't start with what you have? I didn't say you didn't need the things that businesses need or the things that success takes to have. Income, yeah. Tools, yep. Resources, true enough. But there's nothing like knocking next door. There's nothing like making the phone calls to the numbers that you know. There's nothing like going to the place that you said you wanted to be in. There's nothing like going into class. They got YouTube University. You can't go to college. They got YouTube University for almost any subject that you think of. From web design, graphic design, coaching, development, how to write a book, how to make a business card, how to whatever it is that you want to do. There's an access point in today's time that you can get in an environment that allows for you to grow. Now, this is where it gets hard. When you grow, the environment that you're in may not be conducive to your growth. Meaning, if you're in a 4-foot pot and your tree has the ability to be a 20-foot tree, that's not going to work. You have to repot yourself. You repot your flower. You get your dog a bigger dog house. We grow a family. We get a larger car. So the same thing for ourselves. I got to get a larger environment, man. Get a larger environment. Get around some people that's doing some stuff. Get around some people that mean something, that want to try something. Dre Scott, that's my man right there. Dre Scott, salute, sir. Faith and grind. Faith and grind. That man right there, as a man of God, I call him, a mighty man of God, Mr. Dre Scott. You out there sharing the word daily. You and your amazing wife, First Lady, need no additional tools, whatever it takes to share a positive word and a message. Now, it'd be nice to have a whole studio, right? This podcast here, it'd be nice to have a multi-million-dollar studio, platform, sound lab, all of that. Oh, yeah, right? Yeah, but no, you don't have that. So what do? You use what you have to get what you desire, and you put the best of yourself into it, just like you do at work for them, just like you do in the nonprofit organization for the community for them. What do you do for your commitment for you to put you and your family in position to do what he put you here to do? Don't get it confused. Use what you have. That's right, my man. That's right. Sonya, I got to say, absolutely, there is no quit in my grind. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you for catching in to what we're doing here. Only mean to motivate, uplift, and encourage each and every day. And I'm going to share an old video, throwback, if you will, for Les Brown about breaking free of that environment that sometimes we're trapped in what we think people think we should be. They think you should be something. Who said you're supposed to be that? Who said you had to wait 40 years for your rainbow and the pot of gold at the end? Man, you better get up and get out there and make it happen. It's the Morning Grind Grindology101 Podcast. I'm your guy, KeJohnna Owens. Stand by for some Les Brown Mojo.
Life is hard. See, it's hard when you're 49 years old, been working on a job for 17 years, and they come in and tell you you're finished and give you 1 week severance pay. And you got to start all over again. It's hard when you're married and raising children and your children are crawling and your husband dies unexpectedly. It's hard handling just the tragedies of life. It's hard when you're working on something and you put everything you have in it and it doesn't work out. You lose your money and other people's money. It's hard. It was rough when I lost my job and I could not find a job. It was humiliating and embarrassing, borrowing money, and then I couldn't pay the money back when I told them I would. That's rough. How people look at you, how they respond to you. It's very hard. It's humiliating. Here's what I discovered that happens to you in life, that you will go through things, and while you're going through them, you can't understand why it's happening to you. But after you go through it, and you get back and you look at it and you say, oh, now I understand why I needed that lesson. Have you ever happened to you? Raise your hand. Has it ever happened to you that I couldn't understand it then, but after I got through it, then I saw that was preparing me for bigger and better things. As you go through the challenges of life and you look at it and embrace whatever comes to you, don't run from it. Step toward it. Don't try and duck it like most people do. See, most people want it easy. See, easy come, easy what? Easy go. See, but when you go at what you're going to deal with and you deal with the difficulties of it, when you handle those hard things close at hand, making those hard decisions right now that you don't want to make, learning those things that you don't like to do, but you know that in order for you to get where you want to go, this is one of the hoops that you have to flip through. And I'm saying to you, whatever you got to do it, because if you don't, life is going to whoop you until you surrender and say, okay, all right, I cooperate, okay, I learned, okay. It had to wear me out a long time. So if it's hard, then do it hard. Now, how do you hang in there during the hard, difficult times? Les, you must have faith. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your abilities. You've got to believe in your service, your company, your ideas. Unquestionably, you got to have faith, and that faith gives you patience. That is not going to happen as quickly as you want it to happen. A lot of things are going to happen that will catch you off guard. And so therefore you've got to deal with and handle it as it comes. And not only that, but that faith and patience drives you into action. You've got to keep moving and keep plugging away. In the Far East, they have something that's called the Chinese bamboo tree. The Chinese bamboo tree takes 5 years to grow. They have to water and fertilize the ground where it is every day. And it doesn't break through the ground until the 5th year. But once it breaks through the ground, within 5 weeks, it grows 90 feet tall. Now the question is, does it grow 90 feet tall in 5 weeks or 5 years? The answer is obvious. It grows 90 feet tall in 5 years. Because at any time, had that person stopped watering and nurturing and fertilizing that dream, that bamboo tree would have died in the ground. And I can see people coming out talking to a guy out there watering and fertilizing the ground that's not showing anything. Hey, what you doing? You've been out here a long time, man. And the conversation in the neighborhood is, you growing a Chinese bamboo tree, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Well, even Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder can see ain't nothing showing. You know that's how people are going to do you? So how long have you been working on this? How long have you been working on your dreams? And you have nothing to show. This is all you got to show. People are going to do that to you. And some people, ladies and gentlemen, they stop. Because they don't see instant results. It doesn't happen quickly. They stop. Oh, no. You got to keep on watering your dream. And when it began to happen, they stopped laughing. They said, look. Whoa, look here. Look how. Hey, man, you know, I know you can do it. Look, you got a job here? See, during those hard times, we didn't know how you're going to make payroll. During those times when you fell and things didn't work out, they were nowhere to be found. But you know what I discovered? When you're working at your dream, somebody said the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Oh, it's sweet to you. It's good to you. Why? See, when it's hard and there's a struggle, see, what you become in the process is more important than the dream. That's far more important. The kind of person you become, the character that you build, the courage that you develop, the faith that you're manifesting. Oh, it's something that you get up in the morning, you look yourself in the mirror, you're a different kind of person. You walk with a different kind of spirit. People know that you know what life is, that you have embraced life. You knew it was hard, but you did it hard.
You knew it was hard, but you did it hard, man. The fruit of accomplishment, I don't know, man. That's something. If you've ever been in sports, when you made the team, a lot of times you may have been so talented that you just kind of naturally made the team. But when you reflect in retrospect, there were hundreds of other people that wanted that position, maybe thousands of others, depending on the level of success you've had in the industry, that wanted that same position, but you got it. Now then, I'm listening to David Goggins. He was coaching or mentoring an NFL player. The NFL player told him that he had lost the dog mentality, meaning that he had made it to the NFL and he was doing well, but once he was there, he didn't have that same tenacity to get up a little bit earlier, to be earlier to practice, maybe study plays a little bit more, study film a little bit better, to give yourself that extra edge. There's something extra about putting a little bit extra in. You're the person that brings the coffee to work. You're the person that comes in early to work. You're the person that people can count on the project. You're the person that may not talk about the stuff as much, but you get it done. Those kind of people, man, deserve to be in a different environment. You deserve to be in an environment where you are celebrated and not merely tolerated. You deserve to be in an environment where you are celebrated and not merely tolerated. See, what I mean by that is, if you look, whatever environment you is, they may tolerate you the way you are, but will they celebrate your growth? Will they celebrate change? Will they celebrate prosperity? Will they celebrate where your mind is taking you to? Or will they say, man, you changed? Because see, crabs in a barrel don't want the rest of the crabs to get out. This is the Morning Grind Grindology101 Podcast. I'm your guy, KeJohnna Owens, each and every day, Monday through Friday. I'm going to bring some fire up, motivation, just to the people to share. Absolutely. Les Brown is my man. I got an opportunity to meet him once. I think that was a great day in my life, just to be in an environment. Changed my life. I mean, changed the way I looked at what I could do in my life. For those of you out there this morning, I appreciate you for chiming in, tuning in, catching in, checking out what we're talking about, and absolutely share. It's an honor to have you all. It's a privilege to be able to be blessed enough to have the opportunity to get to share positive, motivational information, just to say you can do it. Dre Scott, man, I appreciate you chiming in this morning, man. Tony Viola, every morning tune in. Chad Parker, you out there on that truck, man, building the business all over the country. A pleasure to be working with you, man. No doubt about it. This week, it's going to be amazing. Got to let you know that we got a double header coming up on Wednesday. If you have the passion the open-mindedness to expand your mind, to expand your vision, to expand what you could do with your life, and we want to talk to you. We just want to connect the dots with other powerful, motivated, self-inspired individuals and speak about a vehicle and business ownership in the travel industry that you could own and you could govern, and you can now design the ideal life that you like, that you want, opening an expanded mind to ownership and the possibilities of building a career in your own home, behind a computer, on e-commerce, online, in today's time. And if we're not online, kind of out of line. So this Wednesday, contact me. You can reach me at 909-686-1698. Send a text. Zoom in the other room. I'll send you the information about how to attend these amazing Zoom meetings coming up on Winning Wednesday 1, taking place at lunchtime, noon Pacific Standard Time, with the amazing 3-star founder director, top 10 income earner in the industry of travel with Planet Marketing. We will be presenting a brief business overview at lunchtime, and then for at that dinner, if you will, a special edition, the top of the top, cream of the crop, Director Alanda Moore, 6-star director, 7-figure earner, will be sharing this amazing business ownership model from home, online, at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Wednesday afternoon. You're invited. Contact me. I'll get you some of that information right there. It's going to be amazing. Look forward to seeing you there. Look forward to seeing you on Zoom in the other room. Not a problem. Look, we don't have to go down the hall. We don't have to go down the freeway. We could go down to the other room and catch a Zoom and run a multi income stream business over the internet globally around the world. But the mind must expand. So we invite you to expand the mind along with us. We're looking for leaders like yourself. You're invited. Text me, 909-686-1698. My brothers and sisters in success, be honored to meet you, greet you. And if you know somebody that has shared some of that information with you, contact them. Let them know that you heard it again and you'd like to get more information. Planet Market. We're taking over the planet. Best place on the planet. We will see you on the other side. It's been an amazing day. Get up, get it. If you're not up, you got to get up. And if you're getting up, you got to catch up, man. Get up a little bit earlier than the other people. Do a little bit more than other people. Expand your mind, expand your environment, and you'll expand, what you can do with your life. We see you on the side. This the other side. In the Morning Grind Grindology101 Podcast, man. Nothing works but the work, and you must apply the level of the work that you do to match the level of the faith that you have. Have a good one.